Hello guys, this is Doki and today we are featuring this wonderful keyboard that I have built and modified and have been using for the past few days. This keyboard got me really excited again to review AKKO products and keyboards in general. So life has been very busy lately that you have not seen me posting a lot. So I try to kind of choose the boards and the switches that I'm going to review, those that I feel are really special. And boy, oh boy, this one I feel is one of the best and most special offering that AKKO has to offer at this moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, guys, this is the AKKO SPR75 kit, and it was an awesome experience. It was challenging. It was awesome, and it was worth it. All right. So, let's get right into it. This keyboard is very special because it is by far the most premium AKKO keyboard that I have tried building. Number one reason, all right? Number two is that it has a very unique mounting style. So this is the SPR75. It is a spring mounted structure wherein literally it's like a tray mount mounting system, but instead of being hard feet that mounts the PCB plate assembly, the PCB plate assembly is mounted on using springs. When in the kit you have 3 spring options. We'll dive into that later. It's one of the most premium AKKO keyboards that I have tried, and the experience is premium from start to finish, from the packaging and the boxing to opening the box, digging into the contents of the box. Everything is just so premium. So if I were to give you an idea on how the experience was opening it and putting out everything and being amazed by what is in the box, it's kind of like digging into a group buy keyboard. So the likes of the Zoom 75, the likes of the QK75, QK65, the High 65 V2 by Create Keeps and Epo Maker. Those experience, you rarely, or I think you never get that kind of experience with an AKKO keyboard. This is the first one. And not just the boxing. Once you've lifted out the content and the case, boy, the case looks really nice. There's a very big SPR75 backplate, so it has a brass weight, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not really sure if this is brass. It has a weight on it, though to be honest, it's not really much of a weight. It's more of a aesthetic design piece on it, and it's nice. I love it. I really love it. And this is by far, I think, the first AKKO keyboard with a 3-piece design. So much like the Mr. Suit, which I think this keyboard is really trying to hit at. It has a top case, a bottom case, and a middle case of sorts. But to tell you frankly, that middle case is too thin. Again, more of an aesthetic point of addition in this keyboard. And it comes in with decent stabilizers. I do really hope that they gave this the TPU stabilizers, but it wasn't the TPU stabilizers. It was good, but the spacebar on my unit was so hard to tune, so I replaced it with my extra TPU stabilizers. It comes in with 2 plate options, polycarbonate plate and an FR4 plate. And again, my god, you don't see that on a regular AKKO keyboard. This is group by level AKKO keyboard, and for the price of 8,399 pesos. That is really good. All right. Yes, Doc, there are group buy boards right now, like the Neo 65, the Cycle 7, hitting it at 7,000, 8,000 pesos. But this is an AKKO keyboard. So, and again, really, really nice. Okay. Build experience. The build experience of this keyboard is one of the most difficult I've had thus far. And one of the main reasons is that when you go to YouTube, there are very few reviews on this keyboard yet thus far. Kavita Tech reviewed the AKKO SPR67, and he has a nice guide there on how to build this keyboard, and I think you should watch that. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm just gonna go into the things that gave me kind of a difficulty. So when you build this keyboard, the first thing that you put on is the daughter board, and that part was pretty straightforward. So placing the spring mounts is not that easy at first if this is your first time to build it. And probably the problem that I encountered was the orientation. So the rubber quote-unquote nipples that are provided, initially I placed them like this, but the proper placement is like such. All right, so imagine the rubber nipple. It has one side with a smaller bump and the bigger side with a bigger bump. The one with the smaller bump should be the one on top, and the one with the bigger bump goes inside the spring. All right, and the second main problem that I encountered was that the PE foam provided with this keyboard did not have holes for the pins of the switches. So you have to literally punch through the PE foam so that the switches will go in. And that in itself is not a biggie. However, the PE foam that came with this is not just your typical layer of EVA foam or IXPE foam. It has a plastic film underneath, which is kind of hard to puncture through. So initially I wanted to build it without standoffs, but aligning all the layers became so problematic. So I did it with the standoffs. Again, I don't think that it's going to be a big issue as this board is so bouncy by default. All right. So I built this keyboard with all the foams included. I never attempted to build this without the foams because, as you can see, the PCB has per key flex cuts. The plate has flex cuts as well. It's flex cuts everywhere. I do believe that just like the Mr. Suit, this keyboard might not be very strong without the foams, and so I did use all of the foams. And here's the sound test with the AKKO CS Pro Silver and with the Mars Green, one of my favorite keycaps from AKKO. There you have it. It sounds really nice. It sounds really nice. It does suffer from hollowness. So I'll be honest with you. It does suffer from hollowness. Again, very common with keyboards at this level. Even though they implemented a three-piece design, still not good enough. Even though it has a weight, not good enough. It does suffer from hollowness, which is too easy to fix. I did the force break mod, which you can see in your screen, both on the top and the lower case, and polyfill. And my god, it sounds really nice. So this is the sound test after. Boy, oh boy, that was really good. This right here is probably my favorite AKKO keyboard to date. Yes, AKKO offered the Mod 007 lineup, the mod lineup, the aluminum keyboard lineup. But this one is better. This one, I really think this one is better. I love how it looks, black and gold, very simple. I love the typing feel. I love the sound of this setup. Yes, it's foamy, but it's nice. It's really nice. The typing feel is superb. It's kind of like the Mr. Suit. Not too bouncy with the 230 grams, not too bouncy. And it has a vibratory feel. So it feels like there are vibrations in your fingertips while typing. And I really love that. Not all or not many keyboards can give you that sort of feeling, and that is the feeling that you get when you have per key flex cuts compared to the Mod 007 polycarbonate version, which I feel was too soft and bouncy. This one has the perfect amount of bounce and typing feel. I really love it. I've heard in the comments, is this like a budget Mr. Suit? Probably. I feel like it's a budget Mr. Suit. The build is similar. The feeling is very close. The sound profile is, boy, oh boy. Really. Yeah. I would have to agree. Of course, it's not a Mr. Suit. I would still choose the Mr. Suit at the end of the day. But for the price, this is like 1/3 or 1/2 the price of the Suit. It's really good. And among the AKKO keyboards, I think this is one of my favorite when it comes to typing angle and the height. I feel that this might be one of the few AKKO keyboards that I think I can live without a wrist rest. So I love the angle and I love it. Really good keyboard from AKKO. All right. So for those of you wanting to dive into the hobby, looking for 75%, or for those of you looking for something unique, something new, something different, do check out the SPR75. It is really nice with the 230G springs. So I think this is the heaviest one. It's not too soft, yet it's still soft, and it sounds really awesome. All right. So thank you guys for watching. AKKO, thank you for sending this over for an honest review. I really love it. That's it for today, guys. I hope to see you in the future, and I hope to do more videos in this channel despite life being so busy. Thank you very much. This is Toki Doki signing out.